What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, everybody? We are back here live here in the OT Radio Show, and we got a very good show for y'all today. Today, I am bringing on the founder, Miss Sanita Mitchell of the nonprofit Anaya Mitchell LLC, and we're going to get into some deep stuff, y'all, that we normally do not hear in the community about things that are going on, y'all. When I tell you this right here is significant for the community, and I'm glad that she is on to have conversations with us out her busy schedule. So she can have a conversation with your boy OT, and we're going to talk about some stuff that's going on in the community that's rarely talked about. And when I say rarely talked about, I'm being serious with y'all right now. It's really talked about, especially in the black community, about things that are going on. When you talk about, kids, when you talk about women having kids, losing kids, doing birth, doing that transition. So we're going to talk very deep about it, and why not have the founder of the nonprofit Yana and Cynthia Mitchell LLC here to talk to us. So guess what, y'all? We here on this beautiful Tuesday. We here at this conversation. We're gonna get deep into it. And hey, I'm glad we're gonna get deep into it because it's very dear to my heart too. So let's go ahead and let's get started. And when I say we want to get started, we about to get started about right.
I speak it though, what's on your mind, is deep though, I speak it though, we on the air, just take it there, I'ma take it there, hold up, yeah I talk about it, but I'm real about it, I speak on it, but don't catch feels about it, we can chop it up, like it's nothing baby.
For sure. And like I said, we got a very good show for y'all today. And you know what? I didn't already gave her an introduction, and she's going to get another one because she deserves it. We are giving it up to our queen today. And today is Tuesday, and we're going to talk some stuff about what's going on in the community that is rarely talked about. And I'm serious, y'all. So let's go ahead and put our hands together, everyone, on this beautiful Tuesday to Miss Mitchell is going to be joining us. We're going to talk about the Yana Project. We're going to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Our producer said she is ready to have conversation with your boy OT, and I am ready to have this conversation with her too. So let's go ahead and bring her in. People, producers, if she's in to have a conversation, they said she is coming right on in, and she is here right now. What is going on with you? How are you feeling today?
I am feeling marvelous today. Thank you so much for having me here. I was pumped up in the background. I'm like, yes, I am so ready to be here today. Thank you for the opportunity.
But listen, no, thank you, because this subject right here is rarely talked about, especially in the black community. And I am glad that you are on here for we can have this discussion. So let's dive right into it. Can you tell our listeners, where you're from and how did the project come about?
Absolutely. So I'm located right here in Maryland, the DMV, DC, Maryland and Virginia area. And Anaya's project was born out of the loss of me and my son, my husband, right? We are a blended family, and she was born on April 26, 2010 at 28 weeks of pregnancy. And our life that day when we entered the hospital was never the same. It was my husband's very first time dealing with pregnancy at all. When we got married, I came into our marriage with two boys. And so this was his first time being in the labor and delivery room. And he had to kiss his baby girl goodbye. And
Wow.
our world, yeah, yeah. And he had to make that decision because she was not responding to the life-saving um, methods that the NICU was providing for her. And no parent ever wants to hear the words, it's nothing else we can do. She's not here. We'll keep doing CPR on her for as long as you want. Meanwhile, I'm in the OR because I delivered Anaya via C-section, and no mother wants to wake up to the words, I'm sorry, because I woke up saying, where is my baby? And the doctor, I'll never forget it. She looked over the sheet that they have up and she says, I'm sorry. And everything goes black because they literally had to put me out because she said I tried to get up off of the OR table because I was in so much distress and trauma. So they literally put me out, and I woke up in the recovery room um, to finally figure out what happened to my daughter. And so in 2018, I felt this real, well, 2017, I felt this big push to do something because, like you said in your introduction, there wasn't a lot of talk that I had heard of couples dealing with fertility. I mean, well, with pregnancy loss and infertility. It would take us 3 years. Different surgeries and things like that before we would eventually conceive again, but there just wasn't a lot of talk and we felt alone, and we were church members, so we had a lot of things going on in our mind, mad at
Right.
God. Yeah, it was a lot going on. And so Anaya's project was birthed because we wanted to give back to the community. We didn't have a lot of support, and we didn't want any other couple or family to go through this journey alone.
Wow. So your mission sound like fantastic of what you're doing, especially with the Anaya Project. What are some of the Anaya Project significant accomplishments that you have done so far?
Oh, thank you. So recently in April of 2022 was a pivotal moment for us because we were able to partner with the University of Maryland, um, Prince George's Hospital. I mean, we still call it that. They got a new name, Capital
Hmm.
Region. They allowed us to come in and decorate their bereavement room. And this room will be used for the labor and delivery personnel to bring families into the room so that it will give the families a nice home field when they come in and have to say goodbye to their babies. They'll be able to utilize a cooling cot. It's called a cuddling cot, and that keeps the baby cool long enough so that they don't have to keep going back and forth to the morgue, and they're able to dress their baby, take pictures with their babies. Siblings are able to come in and just have like a little normalcy um,
Hmm.
in this room. And so we were able to decorate the room and really provide comfort, not just for the mothers or the father, but the sibling and the entire family.
Wow. I'm right now. I'm just like, woo. Hold up, y'all. Y'all going. I have to bear with me for a second here because wow. Right now I'm going through all kinds of emotions because at the end of the day we don't hear about this in especially in the community. Do you know why we're not hearing about this within the community, like through the Pell?
Yeah, because as you mentioned, pale pregnancy and infant loss, in our community, we just don't talk about it. Like a lot of times we like to keep things inside. Um, in our community, it's not seen as something you should talk about. It's just kind of like, hush hush, let's, we don't want to talk about it. It's, this is a way life is. And so sometimes we just don't talk about things. But what I learned through my loss was that even though my grandmother never had a loss, it was the first time that I had ever heard my mother speak about a loss that she had prior to me. So she never shared that with me until we lost Anaya. And
Mm.
I was like, wow, like I didn't know that. I just thought, I was the last one. And she was like, no, before you was another one. And I miscarried. And so it's really just one of those taboo subjects because, for the person who has experienced loss, you don't necessarily want people to label you as being sad. We don't know what to deal with. We don't, want you to feel sad every time we come around. And then for the people who hear our stories, sometimes they don't know what to do or to say. And so sometimes what ends up happening is both sides say nothing. And it's not until, it comes close to home and you're comfortable enough to talk about it, then do we share our stories.
Mm, mm. I'm glad the camera's not on me right now because if it is a little, a couple of tears that came down my eyes for a second, you know, I'm I gotta get back. I gotta get back. So I am gonna get back to this conversation. Gotta get back to the conversation for a minute. But whoo. So how are you helping the community to understand the urgency or impact of this, for families?
Absolutely. And the thing about Anaya's project is we focus on the entire family, where there are some organizations, right, that they focus on the mom or the dad. We
Mhm.
are focusing on everyone because everyone was impacted. From my two boys that I mentioned at the time, one was 16, one was 7. And
Mhm.
so they were tremendously impacted. We didn't know it at the time until another family member brought it to our attention. We had our oldest son who would walk around with his keyboard, and he was not doing that. But we were so engulfed in our own feelings that we didn't notice. And it wasn't until his grandmother came to me and was like, do you notice that he's not playing his keyboard anymore? And then the light bulb went off. And so, um, and then we noticed when we talked to him, he was like, yeah, I want to do a tattoo for her. I mean, you talking about tears, that this 16-year-old was like, I want to do a tattoo for my sister because I don't ever
Mhm.
want to forget her. And so one of the ways that we give back is by doing bereavement boxes, talks such as this, getting our stories out, partnering with other organizations that are local or even in other states, just by partnering and showing up. Right, that's half the battle, is showing up
Yes.
and doing events that bring awareness, right, that shares
Mhm.
other people's story, not just ours, but just making sure that we are out here as much as we can, sharing our story, partnering with hospitals, partnering with doulas, midwives, because these are people who also are working with families who are birthing babies, and sometimes those babies do not survive. 1 in 4 families will experience some form of loss. So
Wow.
1 in 4 pregnancies end, right? Just they end
Mhm.
in loss. And then 1 in 8 family members or women will, or men, this statistic goes both ways. 1 in 8 families will experience infertility of some sort. And so it's more common than we talk about it, but that's why we have to
Mhm.
talk about it so that people understand it is happening more often than we talk about.
Wow. So, what are some of the do's and don't when approaching couples dealing with PEL? Or
Sure. Uh, Definitely one of the things you want to do is be a heart with ears, right? You want to listen more than you want to, you know, forecast what you think they're needing, right? Don't
mhm.
expect a person who's grieving to tell you what they need, right? Just show, ask them like, I'm coming with some gift cards for dinner. I want to, remember those dates, like remember the day their baby was born and passed away. Like these are high level memories. Don't say, for God's sakes, don't say, at least you know you can get pregnant. That's a don't.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
don't, at least you know you can get pregnant. Or God never gives you more than what you can handle. No, nobody wants to
Mhm.
hear that. As much as I love God, I don't want to
Right.
hear that God doesn't give me more than he doesn't make a mistake. No, right now at this moment, the person thinks God made a mistake. So we don't
Mhm.
want to hear that. Like that,
Right.
nobody wants to hear it. Even 12 years from now, I don't want anybody to tell me that God doesn't make no mistakes and he knew what I can handle, because no one
Mhm.
wants to hear that. But what you can say is, I cannot imagine how you feel right now. How can I help you? What can I do? What can I take off your plate? How can I serve you? If someone is dealing with fertility, can I, do you need support? Are you going to these appointments alone? Do you need someone to go with you? Can I just come and sit with you, watch a favorite movie with you? I know it's the holidays. Can I, make something personal, especially if you know the person's baby's name? Personalization is key. And if
Mm-hmm.
they've told you the baby's name and they've told you about the birthday, and they are people who are talking about it, then it's okay to have something personalized and sent to them, right? Sometimes you don't
Right.
have to say anything. People always feel like you got to say something. Sometimes the best thing you can do is be silent
Mm-hmm.
and just sit.
Mm-hmm.
Let them cry. What is going on? Let them cry. Don't say, "Oh, I know how you feel." You don't. Even if you've gone through it, don't say you know how I feel. Just say I've been in this situation, but don't also balance that with not, again, forecasting your experience on them. Like, oh, you dominate the
Mm-hmm.
whole conversation with your story of loss. Like, just let them
Right.
tell their story, right? If you're there to visit them, let them tell their story. And if
I
there is a
agree.
window up, and if there's a window of opportunity for you to share, then share, but don't dominate.
I agree. I definitely agree. Now, there's a lot of effort, when it comes down to supporting women. But do you have anything for men? Because men go through it too.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up because that was an area where my husband felt like he was ignored, right? People would come
Hmm.
in and they would say, "How's Sanita doing?" Great. And then, like, the first hour, they're just talking about me and how am I doing? How am I feeling? They even got to the point where they would ask how my boys was doing. And then him kind of haphazard, "How are you? You hanging in there, you being strong." Like, even going
Right.
to our memorial service, he had a family member who told him, "Don't you cry in there. You better be strong. And don't let me hear you that you were like crying and falling out." And I'm like, "This your daughter. Like, this is your
Right.
daughter that you're going
Right.
to the service for." So yes, we do. We have the Men's Grief Haven, and they are actually launching out this month. This
Hmm.
Saturday on the 11th, they'll be doing their kickoff where they'll be having a webinar. The silence is broken because men
Hmm.
need to have their voices heard when it comes to grief. They need to hear other
Yes.
men say, "Hey, bro, this is how, bro." I guess that's what y'all say to each other,
Yeah.
bro,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Bro, listen, man.
Right,
Listen,
right.
bro.
Right? Like, but see, it's different than if I talk to you about your grief than when you're with another man, because you guys
Right.
have this unspoken way, and you need your own platform, your own place where you can feel safe and say what you may want to say, without your wife or significant other being there, because that brings on something else. Because it's just we're different. Women, we're different. We want to ask a whole bunch of
Yeah.
questions. And then when the men,
Yeah.
when y'all ready, you said how you feel. That's how you
Phil,
feel.
yep.
That's the end of the
Yep.
story, right? So
That is
as
true. That is definitely true.
a and so you need where a man, another group of men who understand that. And so I'm really excited about what my husband is launching with a couple of other men. And they'll be speaking again on the 25th
Hmm.
um, of June with Mogul
Hmm.
TV. So there's a lot of things that we got planned for the men. So yes, definitely it's time for the silence to be broken for the men.
Yes, yes, yes. Listen, I love it. I love it. So let me ask you a question because you're doing a whole
Sure.
lot, especially in the community, especially for
Thank
this.
you.
Um, if someone would like to, how can someone like volunteer or help, carry out your mission or or just take that journey with you?
Absolutely. Thank you. So, yes, one way people can reach out to us is on our website, www.anayasproject.org. They can also write me, Sanita, at anayasproject.org. But we have a form that's on our website for volunteers. And if by chance you don't see an area in which you would like to volunteer, you can always write us, and you can write me and just say what area you want to volunteer in. You do not have to have experienced loss to be a volunteer. Volunteers are a lifeline to a nonprofit. Um, Anytime we're able to get volunteers to just be hearts and serve is tremendous gold to us. So definitely, if you want to volunteer, we have plenty of ways that you can volunteer with us.
Yes.
So definitely reach out to us. Our number also, if you want to call, is 301-842-7138.
Okay. Okay. So what you got next for? And what is next for Anaya Project? What is going to happen? Because you got a lot of things going on. So what is next?
So what is next, as I mentioned, was our men. We're focusing on them launching the men's grief haven. And then we will have, as far as our events, we have our Begin Again brunch coming up in August. And that is simply what the title means, begin again. You can begin again. Life, you can feel so stuck when you lose a baby or babies, or struggling to have a family or expand your family. And so you need to
Hmm.
know that you can begin again. And so that begin again brunch this year will be virtual, because COVID,
Yeah.
some of us,
Yeah.
we ain't ready to
Yeah.
come out. We the cotton like this. Is let's see how this summer go. Right, right.
You ain't lying.
Like,
You ain't lying
wait a
about that.
minute. Let's is there a virtual option, right? Like, so we're
Uh-huh.
not all ready, even though people are like, we ready to get out and do our thing. It's still like for events, we kind of like, whoa, is this virtual, right? And so
Right. Right.
this year we'll keep it virtual. And
Hmm.
we have our walk that we do in October. So definitely have
Ah.
some events coming up as well.
So you got a walk in October. So when in
Yes.
October did you have the walk?
October 15th is the date. My board, we're finalizing the exact location. Um, it is our second walk. And
Hmm.
so October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. So if you didn't know
Hmm.
that, it is in competition. I always say, some people try to make it a competition. There is no competition in awareness, right? And so,
Sure ain't.
there's domestic violence in October, which also can lead to pregnancy and infant loss, right? So
Yes.
we have to highlight these areas in which loss can occur. And so October 15th is the actual day, but we celebrate all month.
You know what? You might see OT down there on October
Okay.
15th, for
Oh,
2022. Just go
definitely.
ahead and walk, because you're not that far from me. Like, you're in the DMV,
No,
so you ain't too far. So you're gonna keep me up to date with that. I'm
I-
glad you're gonna mark that on my calendar, because
absolutely.
just walking. Now hold up, no. Now OT a big boy, so I gotta ask that question. How many miles for the walk?
Listen, we keeping it simple. We keeping it simple. We just got a park. You walk around
Oh,
that ring one
oh,
time, two times, however many times you want to walk.
there it
See,
is. There it
we
is
not
now.
we not there yet where we timing you and doing all of that 5K. We did that for the first year. We did our first
Uh-huh.
walk. I will say we did our first walk at Watkins Park, and we did the 5K,
Uh-huh.
but they're not available this time. So we're going to a different
Okay.
park. But
Okay.
that was important. But what for me,
Yeah.
it's more about the awareness than it is
Yes.
like really getting people to do a 5K. We can market if that's what people want to do. They want to walk around a couple of times to make it a 5K or 10K, but
Uh-huh.
we're not advertising it as a 5K. You're not being timed unless you want to be. But just walk and bring awareness.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So what else Listen, I gotta ask these questions. You know what I mean? Because
You know
I
what?
gotta get prepared. You be like, okay, well, it's a 3 mile walk. Let me go ahead and prepare. I got to get prepared for situations. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna be embarrassed. I'll be sitting up there talking about, no, no, no. That's what I said. Well, how long is that walk? Well, I can go ahead and get prepared, so I can go ahead and walk for awareness and go ahead and get it done. Gotta ask
No,
them questions. Gotta ask them
you gotta ask so you don't be set up coming out there looking
questions.
like you're at the marathon. This is not the Boston Marathon. You're fine. We're gonna stroll because then if you do it, that means I feel like
Oh.
I gotta do it too. So no, 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 no. We're gonna stroll right around. Right.
I mean, my shins all hurting, shins hurting, knees hurting, back
Talking
hurting.
about
Hey,
talking about that
hey.
Anaya project. Nope, nope, nope. You won't be talking about me for 2 weeks. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It was a good cause, but my back hurt. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, I know how we do. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man. Oh man. So I gotta ask this question too. What
Sure.
is the one thing that you want to leave our audience and people who's gonna be watching on replay? Uh, about this whole conversation about the Naya project and things like that.
The one thing I want people to know, if you are someone who has experienced pregnancy or infant loss, is that you're not alone. Right? Sometimes we can feel alone on our journey. We don't know what to do. We don't really have anywhere. We feel like we don't have anywhere to turn. So, the most important thing I want your listeners to know is that you're not alone. There are people who have gone through this who would love to just partner with you and walk with you and not tell you what you should be doing or that you're doing something wrong. But grief is the natural reaction to loss. And so we have to be able to process our grief and learn how to navigate after loss. And for those people who never have experienced this before, just support us, right? You don't have to feel sorry for us every time you see us, but just be there. There is the power of presence. And that's just how you can support us. You can donate to us, of course, this, especially Anaya's project. You can always donate to us and just help support your friends or family who are facing this situation, this traumatic experience, because it is just that. It is a traumatic experience that we are learning to live with day by day, month by month, and year by year.
Hey, I agree. I definitely agree. And I like to thank you so much because, stuff like this is really talked about, especially in the Black community. And it's something that needs to
Absolutely.
be talked about more. And
Absolutely.
I appreciate you coming on here and having this discussion with me about these things right here because it's not normally talked about. Like you said, everybody trying to hide from certain things. And that's one thing
Mhm.
that we really, really talked about. And
Yes,
for you to bring this up to the forefront, I appreciate it so much. Definitely appreciate
absolutely.
it so much.
But thank you for
So,
allowing me to share on your platform and get
yes,
this out.
listen,
Absolutely.
listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you because, listen, honestly, without you, there will be no me. Let's just go ahead and say that as far as this platform, and especially when it comes down to awareness. So thank you once again. Thank you. And you got to come back on. You have to come back on, especially
Absolutely.
during this time. Listen, especially during this time in October, because I want you to put me
Okay.
on blast and say, "OT, you said October 15th, 2022, you will be down in Maryland, and I need
Yeah.
you there." So I need you to keep me, and I'm going to say it on the air. October 15th, he says Maryland. OT will be in Maryland. We're going to actually walk this, and
Okay.
I am going to be well prepared. You know what I mean? Just to go ahead and tell you, I will be well prepared by October 15th. I will actually mark that down on my calendar for you, and
Thank you.
because I appreciate you bringing this awareness. So I will
Thank
make
you.
it my business to do this. So yes, I said it live on the air. So now you're gonna have to keep me like OT. You said it. It's on video.
On video. It's on the tape. It's on the
Yup,
tape.
gotta
Right?
take. Yup, it's on the tape. So
Don't try to
OT, you
erase
best
it.
to
Don't
be
try to
there.
erase it. Yep. Don't try to erase that part. Don't have your engineers go back and erase the last 2 minutes. Mm-mm. No, because you
No, we
said
ain't
it
going to do
earlier.
that.
You said it earlier in the show, so you can't.
I
It's
sure
in the
did.
middle.
I sure
You can't
did. I
even
sure
blurb it
did.
out.
So we ain't gonna blur this out. We're gonna be there. We're gonna take pictures. We're gonna enjoy this right here, and we're gonna do this all for a call. So we definitely gonna do this because you're not
Absolutely.
too far. So we're gonna definitely do this. So before you leave, tell everybody where to find you at on all social media platforms and websites.
Absolutely. So www.anayasproject.org as well as Anayas Project all the way across social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find us there.
Oh well, you know it's on. It's on now. It is.
Right.
It is on now. It is. It is on now. Now, see now since you said you on all of them, I'm already following you on one. I'm gonna follow you on his
Mm,
Facebook. I'm gonna follow you on LinkedIn because you're gonna make sure that OT
that's
does this
right.
right here. October 15th.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. No matter look, no matter if it's chilly outside, I'm still going to do it. Just go ahead and tell y'all right now, because October in Maryland be a little bit chilly, So best believe it's gonna be chilly, but I will be there. You know what I mean, with a hoodie on and maybe a little long john, because you never know. Our
It's
weather's
not that
crazy.
cold in October.
It's gonna be cold enough though. It's gonna be cold enough. I'm
Yes,
gonna tell you,
it will be.
it will be a little chilly. As we call it, it's gonna be a little chilly. It's gonna be a little chilly, y'all. So just go ahead and put on a little hoodie. But you can't wear long sleeves. Just gonna let you know. Ain't no long sleeves jumping off in October up in Maryland. There is no long
Mm-mm.
sleeves.
No, you will have on at least a sweatshirt. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Especially in the morning, you will definitely have on a jacket or a
Now,
sweatshirt in the
now
morning.
let's ask that question. What time in the morning you think it's gonna be? About 8ish or 9ish? Which one is gonna be?
9, it's gonna kick off at 9. Yep. We're just waiting for the park to
Okay.
just solidify that. But 9 o'clock is what I'm going for.
There it is, y'all. There it is.
Hmm.
Well, OT will be there. OT will be
Thank
there.
you.
I'm gonna come the night before. You know what I mean? If I can go ahead, get some
Hey,
sleep and wake up at
right.
9.
Be refreshed because you don't want to be tired. Sitting on driving. Can come in already tired. Right?
Yup. You best believe that. You best believe. Well, thank you again. I definitely
Thank
appreciate you
you.
so much.
Thank you.
I'm giving you
Thank
your
you.
flowers now because you are making a difference in the community and you are
Thank you.
thriving in the community. And there's certain things that we need to talk about, and you are actually talking about it. So thank you so much for bringing this
Thank you.
to the OT Radio Show. And guess what? We will see you soon. I'm going to follow you on all social media platforms. So you got me. And I will see you very soon. Probably sooner than you
Thank
think.
you.
Because your husband got his jumping off. I might decide to
Yes.
jump in the virtual to see what's popping.
Yes.
So do
Join
you
us.
proud. Do you
Join them.
proud. Do you
Join them.
proud.
I won't be there, but you join them. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Definitely.
Absolutely.
So give love to the family. I
I
tell,
will
tell your
do.
husband I appreciate him for allowing me to talk to his wife and having conversations with her. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Well, look, I will see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. And
You too.
make sure y'all follow. Make sure you follow and make sure you follow the whole project. Make sure you, hey, support. That's what I will always say: support, especially in the community because right now she is doing something that is rarely talked about in our community, and we need to be aware of this because a lot of people are dealing with grief. A lot of people are dealing with mental depression after this. A lot of people are dealing with a lot, but we
Mhm.
just don't know because we don't talk about it. Now we will.
Absolutely.
So y'all make sure y'all support. All right. Well, thank you again. I will
Thank
see you
you.
soon. Thank
See
you.
you
I
soon.
appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. It is live on the tape. It is live on
On
the
the
tape.
tape.
I will see you soon. All right. Talk to you
Have
later.
a
Enjoy
good
the rest
one.
of your day.
You
You
too.
too. You too.
Bye
Oh,
bye.
y'all. Good show. Good show, y'all. Beautiful show. Beautiful show. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all support. Support the cause. She is talking about things in the community that is need to be talked about. We don't hear about these kind of things. And then when we do hear it, it's a little bit too late, y'all. Because then it's like, oh yeah, I lost a child 6 or 7 months ago. But she just gave us the do's and don'ts of what to say and what not to say. I'm telling y'all, this is something that needs to be talked about more. And here we are. We bringing it to y'all. So if you want to go hear about it, y'all go ahead and follow it. Everything is in the description bar on the YouTube and on Facebook. So you'll be able to see everything. You can follow it. Make sure if you want to give, give. You want to, if you want to support, support. If you want to volunteer, volunteer. If you want to take this walk with me on October 15th at 9 a.m., come on out. I'll be out there. Hey, you know what? I might bring some donuts. You know what I mean? Gonna eat some donuts afterwards, y'all. Cause we gonna walk this. Oh yeah, we gonna walk. It ain't 5K. She said it ain't 5K, but she said you wanna walk around that track a couple times. We'll gladly see you walk around the track a couple of times. We will not stop you. Believe me when I tell you. Now I might stop you and be like, hey, listen, it's getting a little dark out here. We all about to leave and you still out here. But just to let you know, but we're here to support. We're here to support the cause. We're here to support. So I will be there. OT will be there on October 15th at 9 a.m. I will give up details. Matter of fact, we're gonna bring her back on so we could talk more about it. And yes, I will be there. I will be supporting because hey, I love to support things that are needs to talk about in the community, and this is one of them. So listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. I love y'all. Thank you for joining me here on the show on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. And I got a big treat for y'all tomorrow. Now, y'all remember Lean on Me? Y'all remember the kids that was sinking in the bathroom? Well, I have one of them coming on the show tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Nitty Green is going to be joining us here on the show. And hey, like I say, y'all, OT be getting them. I found them. I found them. Because it's been a long time, over 30 something years on that show, Lean on Me. Y'all remember the show. Lean on Me. Ha ha ha. Woohoo. Listen, y'all. I got a little voice, a little something. But hey, just to let y'all know, yeah, it's going down tomorrow. So we gonna bring it back. Yes, I have the young man, but he's not a young man no more. I mean, he ain't a young man no more. So just to let y'all know, he about my age, OT about 46. Yeah, I lied. I'm about 47, but I had to just give you a little dot at the end, little 46, but I'm the 47. But he's coming on. Mr. Nitty Green gonna be coming on, and he got a new song too. So, and we're gonna talk about lean on me a little bit because I know y'all been looking like where had these kids been, and I actually got the DVD on Lean on Me. So we're gonna have him on. We're gonna talk to him a little bit. We're gonna talk about a lot of things about him and what is he doing now. And he got a hit song out right now, so we're gonna talk about that. And hey, y'all, listen, I love y'all. Y'all be good, but remember, like I always say, if someone asks you how you feeling today, you tell them I'm doing better than yesterday. You hear me? Because you're doing way better than yesterday. Regardless of what was going on the day before, you woke up differently. So you say, hey, I'm doing better than yesterday. I love y'all. Y'all be good. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. The OT Radio Show on everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. It's on everything. Okay? So follow me. I love y'all. Y'all be good. Thank you for watching. And I will be seeing y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place with my man, Nitty Green from Lean on Me. Them kids in the bathroom, when he walked in that bathroom, he was like, what y'all doing in there? Yeah. Yeah. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I will talk to y'all tomorrow, 5:15. Love y'all. Peace out, y'all. Thank you for watching. Always. With your boy OT. Appreciate y'all.